Hi, New York Tory.
Hello.
Hi, I'm good. Can I get you to introduce yourselves? Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm Carl.
Hi, Carl.
How you doing? I obviously
What do you play?
I play guitar, don't I?
Donna. I'm Gary, I play guitar and sing.
Hello, I'm Joe and I'm the drummer.
I've just noticed you got me clip in your hair. You're looking very stylish right now.
I think it suits me.
So we've not long watched you on the paddock stage. Was it paddock?
Neighbours.
Meadow
All
stage.
pretty similar.
Did you enjoy yourselves? Was it a good gig?
Yeah, spot on. Yeah, it was typical sort of like festival gig really. It's quite dead when we started, and then when we finished, it was absolutely rammed. So we were pleased, really pleased with it. Good.
Good. What's the hype been round you recently then? Have your gigs been busy? Are you getting a good feedback from your songs?
Yeah, we've just finished recording our new single, which was shown around a few people, and they're getting they're really hyped about it. And the gigs have been unbelievable. I mean, we recently just got asked to support Kaiser Chiefs, which was just a bit random.
Brilliant.
So yeah, it was like 7,000 people.
The last single did alright as well. It feels so good.
So how did that happen with the Kaiser Chiefs then? How did that come about? Was it just a phone call out of nowhere, or what happened?
Right. Tell a lie. I mean, basically, we know a girl who works at the at the company who now is Live Nation.
Yeah.
And basically, I just sent a message on Facebook saying I was about a cheeky support slot with Kaiser Chiefs, and she just went, "Yeah, no problem."
Yeah, you go.
We're like, what? What?
Yeah,
It was just like, yeah, no problem. So we're like,
Amazing.
all right then. and then we played it.
Yeah,
It
we
was
sort of did it,
unbelievable.
didn't we?
Yeah.
Like, it's not the sort of like first time we sort of played at that venue. It's like maybe 8,000 capacity. Last year we supported Status Quo, and this year we sort of tried our luck with Kaiser Chiefs, and then they sort of said yeah, okay then, and then we sort of did okay off it, didn't we?
Yeah.
What was supporting Status Quo like? That's such a random gig, because listening to you guys and then getting them to play them. What was that like?
It's probably we shouldn't say it because it's not cool, but who cares?
It's like as a band that's trying to make it, the sort of like it's not the band that you should be announcing as like that's trying to make it, but the thing is, it's sort of a band that sort of is nobody can sort of deny it. They're just like they're absolutely massive, and like everybody we sort of announced to like we supported Status Quo. They're all like, oh wow, that's amazing. And they're just like, yeah, it's pretty cool. We supported Status Quo, and they're all like,
You should really say it.
yeah, you should say it, but we should do because we're playing to like a minimum of 8,000 people. So that's like, yeah, it's pretty cool. So you can't deny it really. It's Status Quo in it really.
Just suck it up and put your double denim on. And
Put your double denim on. It's Status Quo in it.
Did you feel any pressure then? Because I hope you don't mind me saying so, but Status Quo and you guys seem like polar opposites.
Oh yeah, there was no pressure whatsoever.
I turned up 20 minutes later, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Because the thing is with us, we're sort of like there's more pressure when you're playing a little venue in front of 4 people,
Yeah.
as what there is when you're playing in front of like. I mean, the first time I played with Status Quo was in Preston in front of 12,000 people, and I mean I don't know about the other lads, but I absolutely relish it. I absolutely love it, like feed off it. But when you get, it's like, I think George Michael's was the same. Sorry. Basically, you put him in front of like 5-6 people, and he'd just crumble. But you put him in front of hundreds of thousands of people, and it just does not bother him. It is true.
Basically, Gaz saying people turn up to our gigs because Gaz puts on a fucking show.
It is what it is, like, because like the thing is, like regularly we play maybe in front of 20-30 people, and it's probably a show we go out and maybe feel a bit sort of nervous about it, but we can go out and play in front of thousands of people, and we feel sort of no sort of like
There's no pressure.
There's no pressure, and then we
just-
go
it
out and
feels
just like
right,
it is what
feels
it is, and we go out and we seem to smash the bigger gigs with like bigger people and bigger crowds, and we sort of seem to like own the stage, and we feel like we deserve the bigger stages, like without sounding sort of, you know, pretentious or like we deserve the bigger stages, but we feel like we're ready for the bigger stages. We you know, we're a long time coming. We played the smaller stages, we played the smaller crowds, and we enjoy it.
Yeah.
But with the bigger crowds, we sort of relish it. You know, it sort of it pushes us to do more, and we want to push it more and more and more, and it just keeps on coming, and that's what we sort of enjoy. And the more it comes, the more we enjoy it.
Yeah, you sound big enough for a big crowd. It's not really a small room sort of sound from listening to you.
Yeah, I mean, can you cut that last answer?
passion there.
I'm only joking.
We deserve the bigger crowds.
No, I know what you mean. No, we've been together since 2009 now,
that.
so you know we've been doing it a long time. We know what the score is. We know. We don't take any bullshit. We don't take any bullshit anymore of people. Been there, done it, sort of thing, and we know what to expect. You know what I mean? Like, we know how to deal with bigger bands being a bit funny with us and stuff. You know what I mean? Just,
Yeah. So what was it like? Obviously, you play with Status Quo when you're playing big arenas, but without being judgy, I can imagine their fans are a bit older than sort of fans you play to at festivals like this. Do you get a different vibe, or is it a similar sort of thing?
I mean, like the first Status Quo gig we did was at Horton Tower in Preston.
Yeah.
And it was like right on the up to the barrier.
Not used to that.
Up to the barrier was were like the older generation with deck chairs and tartan blankets over the knees and stuff, like right up to the barriers, and we were like, hang on a minute, we want like people jumping around and stuff. But then on the flip side, when we played at Scarborough, it was a different vibe again, weren't it? But then we get the Kaiser Chiefs crowd. I mean, we see Kaiser Chiefs, they're still relevant, aren't they? They're still
they pulled a massive crowd to Glasgow this year.
Yeah, they're still totally relevant, and we've found that we've gained like a hell of a lot of a younger following from off the back of that gig.
Clean Cut Kid that day as well, and for me, I was more starstruck seeing Clean Cut Kid.
I love Clean Cut Kid.
And Ev is cool as she's a cool girl, isn't she?
Clean Cut Kid are like very much relative, aren't they? You know what I mean? They're like out there at the moment playing what they call breakfast, is it brunch? You know what I mean? And like we really enjoy playing with them, and it's sort of like what we're aiming for at the moment, isn't it? You know what I mean? They're a great band, great musicians.
And to meet them, and to listen to them, and it was just cool.
Oh, good. So I'm conscious it's pissing it down with rain, so I'm only going to ask you one more quick question, and it's one I've asked the last band I spoke to today, and it's a bit of a weird one, but to do with politics, if you was alright answering it. Okay. And it's to do with the fact that it seems like there's a bit of a shift at the minute in politics, like more young.
Oh, Jeremy Corbyn.
Pretty much.
Oh, Jeremy Corbyn. That's our answer.
But that's what it seems to be like. It seems like there's a big shift, and there's like young people who are like enjoying politics more. Yeah. And there's a band who are up and coming, who are getting themselves out there and trying to make themselves big. Do you feel a pressure to speak about stuff that are politics, or do you choose not to?
No, we don't speak about politics.
Is it a conscious thing?
We've got our own personal views on politics and stuff, but it never comes through in our music.
So they're about experiences in life, and if you want to relate them to politics, you can do. But they're about personal experiences in life, and whether you support this or support that.
Yeah, everyone's got their own their own reasons for voting for who they vote for. Nobody should be judged for who they vote for, unless it's like National Front or something. You know what I mean? then you should judge people. You know what I mean? Yeah. No? It's like, people vote Conservative, Labour, whatever they vote for. You shouldn't be judged for it because they've got their own personal reasons for doing so. Exactly. But for me, I've got a young family, and for me, it's Labour all the way.
Exactly, it is what it is, and obviously Jeremy Corbyn seems pretty
genuine.
He's genuine, and he's very much towards bands and making a living. Obviously, making a living from a band, it isn't the most sort of genuine way of making a living. But at the end of the day, it's sort of like we do it because we enjoy it, and like he seems to be very much into it because of for the artists, not because of what you do for the money, and he doesn't want to tax it like the Tories do. So we're very much towards Jeremy Corbyn. So
is it a conscious choice that you don't write songs about politics, like actively try to avoid it, or is it just that's really never been your scene, so there's no reason for you to speak about it?
No, I mean we don't actively write songs about politics, but I mean I suppose some of the songs that we do write could be taken in context. People put their own perspective on songs, you know what I mean? And
we did write a song about the Scottish.
We've got a song called "You and Me," and it's when Scotland tried going on their own. And it's really weird, and it's like you and me, we are together, and that inspired that sort of that time inspired the song, but it's more about sort of like boy girl sort of thing. But for some reason that Scotland trying to leave inspired that. But that's just about as it's about as political as we'll ever go. That we don't people. I suppose you could probably derive sort of political meanings from songs and stuff, but it's not intentional. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, we spoke to Kashmir earlier today, and they were saying that they actively try to avoid songs about politics because they're trying to be the band who you listen to when times are shit.
Yeah.
Like trying to make fun songs like that you listen to get escape. Really,
Well,
they don't want to have a commentary on it.
It's escapism. It's escapism. They're right in saying that.
Yeah, but I don't think we actively think, oh, we'll stay away from politics or whatever. I think we're just trying to talk about fun times that we've had in life, or things that people can sort of relate to and go, oh, actually, this is a sad point in my life, and we can sort of enjoy it. We've never actually ever said we'll stay away from politics, or we will talk about politics. It's just let's have a fun time in our life. You know what I mean? So it's never
right
been
there. To be honest, it's like what's going on in our four little lives, and that's probably what comes across, and probably how Gary puts his lyrics across. It's like what's going on in Gary's little life. Like
It's the German. He just got a phone call and fucked off.
So last one then, not really a question, but where can people who are watching this see you next? What's your next gig?
Gorilla in Manchester. Well, we actually play Candle Calling. So if anybody's going to Candle Calling, we play the Woodland stage on the Saturday. But the next sort of the gig that we're pushing is Gorilla in Manchester on the 12th of August. With Kashmir, yeah.
Funny enough.
Yeah, with Kashmir,
Looking
who
forward
also
to
don't
it.
actively write songs about politics. So it's going to be a really, really
joint headline.
There's no politics going on at that gig.
Thank yous for letting me interview you.
I actually feel like I've drank this pint 3 times. It's filled up.